What is my hair doing? Only I have no idea. Hello people of the interwebs, it's Sarah here and welcome to Dear Little Lottie. So this week I went onto Twitter to get your Dear Little Lottie questions and I got 2 questions from Miranda, so I've decided to answer them this week. If you have any more questions, please feel free to message me on Twitter. If you have any other questions or you have any questions for this segment, please ask me them on Twitter or on my Facebook page with the hashtag #DearLittleLottie, and I will choose one person's question a week or how to or anything like that, and I will do it for my Friday video. So Miranda asks, what gives you the most inspirations and what can you tell others to stay focused? See, I've been taught at university, especially in the film side when you're like trying to create anything, that you can find inspiration from anywhere. One thing I have worked hard at is trying to find inspiration in my hometown, which is really weird, but you can see reminiscences of where I come from in all my works. So I get inspired a lot by what's happening around me, what's happening where I live, what I grew up with, what I thought when I grew up. But also I get inspired by like TV shows like Pretty Little Liars, Vampire Diaries, Scooby-Doo, stuff like that inspires me as well. But it's hard when you are being inspired by such shows not to just be an outright copycat. So I try not to be inspired that much by them because I don't want to come off as a copycat. So I try and be inspired by other things like my friends, their jokes, my hometown, as I said. One thing that has inspired me a lot, especially in the series I'm working on at the moment for television, fingers crossed, is there's this massive park in my town at home next to a school, and it has like a foresty area at the back of it. And in the show I'm working on at the moment, that is where quite a lot of conflict happens within the show, is in this park, which has been based heavily around this park that's in my town. So you can get inspired from anything, and I'm slowly getting that way. There's a lot of things that inspire me now. Genuinely, quite a lot of people in the community that we are in right now, especially in the voiceover community, they've started to inspire me a lot, and that's seen quite a bit in Dawn. But yes, I've found if you look hard enough, inspiration is everywhere. Staying focused, especially on a project, is very, very hard. Something I know as well. So what I have found works for me is I have multiple projects on the go, which I know doesn't work well for everyone, as a few of my friends don't get how I can work the way I work because they cannot focus from one project at a time. Whereas for me, at the moment I have like 3 projects I'm working on at once. And that means if I get a mind block or anything like that, I can just put that one project I was working on to one side and focus on something else, so I'm still being productive. That's how I focus, but maybe not for everyone. Other ways I've noticed people can stay focused is if it's starting to stress you out, anything at all, schoolwork, projects, anything like that, it's okay to take a break. Sometimes it's all your brain needs is a break. So go away, make yourself a cup of tea, go for a run, anything that'll just get your mind off what you're working on, and then you'll go back to whatever project you're working on with a fresh mindset, and maybe the ideas will come back flowing. I said ideas. Another thing that could help you stay focused is, why don't you give yourself just an allotted period of time to work on it during the day? Because then you have all day to do what you want, and then you have this hour and a half so to work on whatever project you're working on, and then as soon as that's over you can go away and do something else. That way you're focusing heavily on it for a short period. Then you are focusing on it for just a short period of time, just a short burst, once a day, every day, and you'll get a lot more done than you expect to get done. And that's another way I know helps other people. Another way I know helps one of my friends is he likes to write down what he wants in the project, like bullet points of, say for a voiceover series, what you want to happen, who the characters are, how they're related to each other, just kind of bullet points, and then that way you have a structure to follow, and that's another way to stay focused. I hope this has been very helpful, and I look forward to your other Dear Little Lottie questions next week. They don't have to be purely advice videos, you can have how-tos, or you can ask me to do other things as well, as long as it says Dear Little Lottie on it. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next week. Mwah!